All right, so this is going to be customary measurement conversions. This is actually a foldable. So if you take it and you fold it so that you have the pictures on the top, right? So we're gonna, when we're referring to customary conversions, we wanna do length, weight, and then liquid volume. So in the inside of this, we need to know what our conversions are. So with length, when you're measuring how far something is, we want 1 foot is going to be 12 inches, 1 yard is 3 feet, 1 mile is going to be 5,280 feet, and then I'm going to go ahead and add, 1 mile is equal to 1,760 feet. Okay. So when you're converting one unit to the other, if you are going from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, okay? So for example, foot and an inch. A foot is bigger than an inch, okay? So foot is bigger than an inch. Inches is a smaller unit. Feet is the bigger unit. So if you're going from smaller units to bigger units, okay, you're gonna, what you gotta keep in mind is that smaller to big, you're going to divide, okay? Smaller to big, you're gonna divide. When you're going from bigger units to a smaller unit, okay, you're gonna, you wanna multiply, okay? Smaller units to bigger units, you're gonna divide. Bigger units to smaller units, you're gonna multiply. And this is all gonna make sense once we get some examples going. So I wanna go from 5 feet to inches. 5 feet, how many inches is 5 feet? Okay, look at your, how many feet, 1 foot is 12 inches. So since I'm going from feet to inches and I'm going from, feet is bigger than an inch, so I'm going from bigger to smaller, I'm gonna multiply by 12, okay? So I'm gonna multiply 5 times 12, and that's gonna give me 60. So 5 times 12 gives me 60 inches. So 5 feet equals 60 inches. I'm going from feet to yards. I'm going from smaller units to bigger units, okay? So that means I'm gonna divide, okay? So 1 yard equals 3 feet, so I'm gonna divide by 3. Okay, I'm going from smaller to big. If I'm going smaller to big, I'm going to divide. So small to big, I'm dividing, so 6 divided by 3 would give me 2 yards. So 6 feet equals 2 yards. This one, I'm going from inches to feet. So I'm going smaller to big. If I'm going smaller to big, I'm going to divide. And what am I dividing by? Well, 1 foot equals 12 inches, so I'm dividing by 12. So 72 divided by 12 would give me 6. So 72 inches equals 6 feet. 10 miles to feet. I'm going from big to small. If I'm going from big to small, I'm actually going to divide. Okay? So big to small, I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to multiply. So let's take a look at the miles. So miles equals 1 mile is 5,280. So I'm actually going to multiply times 5,280. Well, 10 times 5,280 is just going to be 52,800 feet, okay? 6 yards to feet, yards to feet. Yards to feet is big to small, okay? Big to small. So big to small, you're going to multiply. So how many feet are in a yard? Is 3 times 3. So 6 times 3 gives me 18 feet. So 6 yards is 18 feet. And the last one, half a mile in yards. I already gave that to you right here. 1 mile. If 1 mile is 1,760, take half of that. So all I'm really doing is multiplying. If I'm going from big to small, I'm multiplying. So I'm 1/2 times 1,760. So I can just easily do that in my calculator. I'm just going to do half. well, multiplying 1/1/2 really means divide by 2. So I have 1760. If you wanted to put the fraction in there, 1/2, you can. I'm going to get a half of that. So I get 880. So half a mile is 880 yards. Okay? So that was length. Okay? Converting length. Okay? Customary units. Now let's look at mass. Mass is also going to be your weight. Okay? How much an object takes up. Okay? 1 pound is going to be 16 ounces. Okay? 1 ton is going to be 2,000 pounds. All right? So those are the conversions there. Again, same rule applies. Smaller to big, you want to divide. Big to small, you want to multiply. So let's write this again. You got smaller unit to bigger unit. You want to divide. Okay, bigger unit to smaller unit. You want to multiply. Okay, so you're going to multiply there. Okay, just a reminder. Okay, so pounds, let's go. Let's see. Pounds is a lot bigger than ounces. Ounces is smaller than pounds. Tons is a lot bigger than a pound. Pound is smaller than ton. So I'm going to go from pounds to ounces. I'm going from big to small. If I'm going big to small, I'm going to multiply. So let's look at here. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. So I'm actually going to multiply 12 pounds times 16. 12 times 16, I can use a calculator. 12 times 16, that's going to be 192 ounces. Okay? All right, let's take a look at this one. 8 ounce to pound. So I'm going from small to bigger. So if I'm going smaller units to bigger, I'm going to divide. Okay? What am I dividing? I'm doing smaller to big. I'm going to divide. Small, ounces, so I'm going to divide that by 16. Okay? So I'm dividing by 16. Well, 8 divided by 16, if you put it in the calculator, 8 divided by 16 gives you a half. Okay? So that equals 5/10 pounds, or 1/2 pound. You can even put 1/2 pound. That's fine. Okay? 320 ounces. Ounces to pounds. You're going from small to big. If you're going small to big, you're going to divide. Small to big. So I'm going to divide that by 16. Okay, so 320 divided by 16 should give you 20 pounds. You can double check in the calculator. So 320 divided by 16 is going to give you 20. Okay, 2.5 pounds, I get in the ounces. Well, I'm going from big to small. If I'm going big to small, I got to multiply. So times 1 pound is 16 ounces, so I'm going to multiply by 16. So 2.5 pounds, put in the calculator, 2.5 to 5/10 times 16, I get 40 ounces. Okay. 6 tons to pounds. Okay, 6 tons to pounds. All right, so 6 tons, 1 ton equals 2,000. So I'm going from big to small. If I'm going big to small, I'm going to multiply. I'm going to multiply that by, well, how many pounds is a ton? I'm going to multiply that by 2,000. So 6 times 2,000 is giving me 12,000 pounds. That's 6 tons. Okay? And I'm going from pounds to tons. I'm going from small to big. If I'm going small to big, I'm going to divide. So this time I'm going to divide by 2,000. And I'm going to get what? I'm going to get 4,000 divided by 2,000 gives me 2. Okay, so that was mass or weight. Mass or weight. Now with liquid volume, okay, we're talking about gallons, quarts, pints, cups, ounces. Okay, so 1 cup is going to be 18 ounces. Okay, 1 pint is going to be 2 cups. 1 quart is 2 pints. 1 gallon is 4 quarts. Now, this is something you probably heard before. You probably heard about the gallon man. So if you draw a big G, that's 1 gallon. okay? And if you draw 4 Q's, that means quarts, okay? And then each quart has 2 pints, right? And then each pint has, these are little C's. So right here, I'm drawing 2 C's. So this has C, this has a C, this has a C. You can't really see it that well, but each pint has 2 cups. This has 2 cups. This has 2 cups and a pint, right? 2 cups and a pint, okay? So you can easily see, well, how many cups are in a gallon? You can count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There's 16 cups in a gallon. There's 4 quarts in a gallon. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pints in a gallon. So you can easily see that. So going from gallons to quarts. Well, 12 gallons, again, the rule is if you're going from, again, I'm going to remind you again, if you're going from small units to bigger units, okay, you want to divide. If you're going bigger unit to smaller unit, you're going to multiply. Same thing. So obviously gallon is bigger than a quart. A quart is bigger than a pint. A pint is bigger than a cup. A cup is bigger than ounces. So I'm going from gallon to quarts. I'm going from big to small. So if I'm going from big to small, I'm going to multiply. So how many quarts are in a gallon? 4. So I'm multiplying by 4. So 12 gallons times 4 quarts, or 4 in a gallon. 12 times 4 is 48 quarts. Okay? 12 quarts to ounces. This is fluid ounces, by the way. Fluid ounces. I'm talking about liquid, okay? Fluid. So 12 quarts to fluid ounces. I'm going from big to small. Big to small. So you know that 4 quarts, how many fluid ounces are going to be in 12 quarts? Okay? Well, how many quarts, how many fluid ounces are in a quart? So take a look at your gallon man. You can do that. Okay? So we have, looking at a quart, we have 2 cups. Well, each cup is what? 8 ounces. Okay? So 8 ounces. And we need to figure out, we've got to go from quarts to fluid ounces. So what do you think am I going to divide or am I going to multiply? I'm going to multiply. Okay? So how many ounces are in a quart? How many ounces are in a quart? There's going to be, let's see, if each cup has 8 ounces and there's 4 cups to a quart, okay, so 8, 8, 8, 8, well, 8 times 4 is 32. So I'm actually going to multiply that by 32, 32 ounces. Okay, so if I multiply 12 times 32, 12 times 32, I should get 384 fluid ounces in 12 quarts. Okay, that one took a lot of thought. Okay, so you try these on your own. Get cups to fluid ounces, 8 cups to pints, 12 pints to quarts, and 4 pints to quarts. Okay, you do those on your own to convert. Okay, so again, this was your foldable for customary units. Okay, so be sure to put this in your notebook and make sure you glue this side down. Okay.